been so long. All right, let's get some of these. Reinhardt, Elf. Reinhardt, Elf. Let's go. Reinhardt, Rogers, Reinhardt. Oh, this is it. Oh, yeah. Creed highlight. All right. All right. Reinhardt versus Rogers. High excitement. Okay, almost a full Rogers. So we've got ALD's Bingo on the left with this new Reinhardt that he switched into halfway through GB versus Rogers on the right. Reinhardt came out hitting hard on Rogers. That was unexpectedly a hard hit. Wow. Is something wrong there? What's going on? Rogers might have attack gear on, or 2 attack gears instead of 2 eternal barriers, which is why he took extra damage. I don't know that for sure. But we have Aquarius. So it's going to lower Rogers' accuracy, which should still trigger Reinhardt's Thorns. So let's see. Rogers is going to miss right now on slot 2, and he should get hit with Thorns. 1647. There it is. Boom. Thorns is working this week. Okay. And the Libra. I'm sorry. No, that's just slot 2. Wait, was it Libra? Probably Libra. 1647. So Thorns is now working. Now Reinhardt is going to be a hard counter to Rogers if Dodge Thorns is working. Wasn't working last week. I need to verify that. I got to stop saying that. I need to verify that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Lots of Libra. We like that. We like Aquarius. Remember, so in this matchup, Reinhardt is going to have Thorns that is going to do damage to Rogers, and everything else doesn't. His melee, his awakening, and his tear space does not do damage to Rogers if Rogers has defensive stance. But the Thorns on Reinhardt is so strong, it actually rips through Rogers' defensive stance, one of the few skills that does, and it hits like a ghost cannon. It hits true damage right through it, hard. So you can see the melee hits don't do much. And then, of course, they have Aquarius. There's a lot of dodging going on. Tier 12 airships have such great dodge for some reason. What the heck? This Rogers does have Gemini, which is, I think, a poor choice, especially against a Reinhardt. I don't think it double triggers. Gemini is not a good choice. I don't think this Rogers has the right gear on. He's taking a little too much of a beating early on. So let's see. And then, of course, Rogers is doing damage to Reinhardt with all types of things. Basic hit, which, when it hits Thorns, does way more damage back to him. Tyrant Cometh does hit pretty hard, but look at that base damage is nothing. 1777. There's the heal. Reinhardt does have a heal. Then he gets hit by the Terror Space, and he gets healed again. And boom! Look at that Thorns damage back. 276. Wow. And then, of course, he's healing back up. So Reinhardt's heal keeps him in the game. Even though he's not taking 0 damage on most hits like Rogers, he's still getting that heal off. And Rogers hits so soft, he gets the luxury of healing. So Rogers' Awakening isn't going to be hitting Reinhardt and getting that heal value off. But the fact that Reinhardt is going to be dodging most of the attacks, that means he won't be getting hit for Tear Space, which is really winning the battle there. See, he got hit full damage there. Reinhardt cannot afford to be getting hit like that, which is why, even though he gets value from the heal, if he gets hit by that Tear Space, it really rips him apart. So at one point, it's like, yeah, he can heal off Roger Awakenings, but he does have to get hit by Tear Spaces if those are going to be landing too. So maybe it's just better in general just to dodge everything and just rely on your Thorns to do all the damage. And occasionally catch some heals when Rogers triggers Scorpios and Geminis. And that's kind of what's going on. I think that's probably the better way to play it. So Aquarius to dodge most of it, and then Thorns back the damage. So yeah, he takes a little hit there, heals it back. Luckily, he had the heal on. If he didn't have the heal on, that would have hurt bad, right? But he would have been down 1,100, 1,200. But, man, this is going to be a long replay. I can tell you that now. It's going to be a long replay. The amount of money in this one replay. Dude, I have thought about doing a video of the most expensive. Like, what's the most expensive ship with the most expensive commander, with the most expensive gear in each slot, the most expensive army in each slot, with the most expensive research. Like, just to blow people away about what you can actually spend on this game. And then just put it out there for YouTube. It's like, I'm afraid that it'd go viral, though, because when people realize that players are spending millions of dollars on this game, or $500,000 to $1 million, they're going to start wanting to find out more about the game, the players. And that is just not something I want in my life right now. People might be like, oh, dude, you'd be famous if your video went viral. Wouldn't that be cool? The answer is no. You do not want to be famous for a viral video. You don't make any money off of it. You don't get any career opportunities off of it. You get a lot of unwanted attention and a lot of questions. So I'm kind of like afraid to make a viral video because of that. I think a lot of players would enjoy it, but just normal people, plebs, would see that and be like, there's no way. And then some shitty gaming journalists would get involved and call me a racist, and then it'd just be all bad. Oh, Elite, 1337. Power of Scorpio. So, getting caught up, here we are. What are we, 5-10 minutes into this? The back row of Reinhardt is untouched because of the Awakening not landing. Front row is pretty beat up. I mean, he's lost about, not half his troops, but 30% of his troops in the front row. Rogers, on the other hand, has lost a lot of troops in the back row from the Thorns damage on that slot there. And then 400, 500, 200, 1100, 1300. 1300. So Rogers has actually lost more troops at this point of the game, which is a bad sign, because if Rogers goes down in troops based off Thorn damage alone at this pace, you can safely say that for every 3 troops Rogers loses, Reinhardt's losing 2. Rogers needs his troops to be invulnerable. So once Rogers loses a stack, it really starts going in Reinhardt's favor, because he might start getting actual damage hits, that he's not just totally relying on his Thorns. He might be getting Terror Space, he might be getting Scorpios, just little extra troops here and there. If he can kill 30 or 50 more every round, that adds up when you have these rounds, matches that go 50 to 100 rounds. So, at the pace we're going, I think Reinhardt's definitely going to win this one. In fact, I don't even think Reinhardt is going to lose. He will lose his top row. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Rogers can get lucky with those Terror Spaces, and Reinhardt can get unlucky with those heals. But it's definitely looking good for Reinhardt. He's definitely in this. He definitely has a chance to win. It's hard to say he's favored, because, remember, Rogers is immune, and Reinhardt needs heals. Rogers' skill is 80%. He needs less luck than Reinhardt does. But I think Reinhardt has more chances, you know. Ooh, good hit. Good hit. Remember, Rogers doesn't get to heal. Ever. Ever. You know. Man, oh man. $458. Bad news, man. And those Thorns hit less hard every time his stack falls. Oh, dude. Reinhardt's in trouble. Reinhardt's in serious trouble. Yeah, that back row, if it can get some heals off round for round, it can survive and really do some damage and punish that top row. But by missing a whole row early on like this, it's going to hurt Reinhardt. I think, I don't know, man. Losing that stack is going to cost Reinhardt this match. Even though overall, Rogers is probably taken... Well, Rogers is now ahead of him. The 800 in the back kind of throws you off. That 800 Rogers is lost in the back doesn't get represented in the front row. But, I don't know, man. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this one, because I feel like we're missing a lot of the match and a lot of the chat. And we've kind of seen what we need to see here. Yeah, he's in trouble. Reinhardt's in trouble. No triggers there. Yeah, Reinhardt really depends. Oh, man, those Thorns, though. Jesus. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward and see what happens. The Aquarius is not helping him enough. There's too much guaranteed hit on Rogers' side. Reinhardt's just not getting the heals he needs. So we're going to fast forward it. GG. I think Reinhardt loses this. Anyone else? Anyone else? Right, before we cancel it, stream. This is going to be uploaded to YouTube, so immortalize yourself. Call it out. Who wins, Reinhardt or Rogers? Throw it in chat. You got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Reinhardt or Rogers? Reinhardt or Rogers? Go, go, go. Here, I'll even make it black screen. There you go. There you go. There you go. Crouton Bomb's got Reinhardt. David's got Rogers. Army's got Rogers. Sodanecker goes Rogers. Oh, look at all these Rogers favorites. Can we get a little love for Reinhardt? Crouton and King are calling Rogers, or Crouton and King are calling Reinhardt. Magnum's calling stalemate. You know what, dude? You might be right. This has gone quite a few rounds. Rogers definitely the favorite. I'm thinking 70-30 Rogers favorite. There is a possibility for a stalemate, though, because this commander has a heal and this commander has an invulnerable, and this is pretty late in the match, and Rogers is not going down. I do think Reinhardt's going to lose, though. I do think Reinhardt's going to lose. He's going to be taking double damage soon. Rogers, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Rogers wins. But look at the back row does die. The back row does die, and a lot of troops die. So believe it or not, it was a pretty fair trade. Of course, Reinhardt did lose, but pretty fair trade. And